Boom! It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the super snake. Yo, 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 what's going on, everyone? It is Will, Flawless Exotic Creations. I'm giving you all my energy after 2 big cups of coffee. Starting this day off super early today. Answered a few messages yesterday, actually, and figured I would knock this video out today. Hopefully, because I think it can help more than just the people that I'm responding to directly. We get tons of messages actually on Instagram, direct messages, whether people are shy or don't want to kind of comment down below. But please do comment down below. We love all interactions and engagement. We've done a ton of videos on this channel. We're trying to improve the Flawless imprint and the Flawless brand. And put it out there, but it's gonna be a crazy busy day today because I'll be feeding crested geckos for like 10 hours today, then going to a wrestling meet with all 3 of my sons. So want to put this out there. We were getting questions on one of the videos we made a little while ago. It's called I guess like something about staying out of the trenches. It's a little phrase that I kind of throw out there. It's just, I guess, the way I talk, my language, my vocabulary. But staying out of the trenches is kind of, as long as you're not chasing, let's say, for example, a passion project, where a passion project could be something that you thoroughly enjoy, you know, all white snakes. There's so many all black snakes, you know, super black pastels, and I'll mention some of them in a little bit. Some of these snakes are beautiful, absolutely beautiful, but the market itself is flooded with people chasing those projects and creating those projects, whether it's the pet market or just because people enjoy looking at a beautiful snake. In business, it's simple. It's supply versus demand. If supply is low, and the demand is high, prices will be high. If supply is high, it will lower the demand automatically at some point and prices will drop. That's just how business works across the board. But some of those simple rules and guidelines are kind of harder to apply when you're in specific situations, especially the gray areas, or you know, the places where you're not comfortable at, because you're still learning, which is like the ball pythons. Anyway, coffee taking full effect, staying out of the trenches. So someone, actually 2 different people were messaging because I gave like a short synopsis example on what's a good plan to stay out of the trenches. So they, one person inquired specifically, like, hey, I was listening, you know, what's another plan? What's something specific? I like this gene. Can you tell me what you would do with this gene? So I want to throw some things out there for you guys to think about. Again, this is intermediate information that I put myself out there and got the education and research and watch videos and read these blogs and this blog and that blog. So I'm not trying to tell you guys that I'm the professional to do what I do. I'm just telling you what may work. Tell you what has worked for us. And the other person that messaged, they were really funny, because they messaged on the staying out the trenches and getting out of the trenches. They're like, dude, how does a person who really loves ball pythons get into the market right now, where the market is doing its thing? There's thousands and thousands of breeders, thousands and thousands of snakes. How does someone like themselves get into the market and not feel overwhelmed, not feel overrun by all the bigger names? And while doing so, they made a little jokey joke. They said, yeah, they also don't have $500,000 to throw into a business startup. And I laugh because, guys, we're not rich. By any means, we're not rich. Any business you start, it's going to take some type of equity. It's going to take some type of investment. Audra and myself make decent to smart decisions, but we try to err on the side of caution on pushing our family forward as far as in the long run. That way, we make a lot of sacrifices, and over the years, even to get Flawless Crested Geckos off the ground, we made a ton of sacrifices, and then we decided to reinvest in another business startup, Flawless Exotic Creations. Now we're here. So we asked ourselves, which, I mean, Audra, she is amazing. She's a trooper. We put our heads together. We don't always kind of go with the flow. Sometimes we bump heads. But you need that in any business, in any marriage. You need that to keep both you guys online. But at some point we had to come to the terms, like the same way we did with Flawless Crested Geckos. It's like, no matter what the investment is, you have to ask yourself, you know, it's just like a 401k at work. What you're investing on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, a yearly basis, is it worth what your return is when you retire? Is it worth, if you're able to invest $500,000 over, you know, a year, 2 years, whatever it may be, if you have the means to do so, is it worth to generate, which we were pushing for, hopefully 50 grand in return first year, and then hopefully graduate up. We did over 70 in return for the 23 season, but our expenses obviously were through the roof. But if you can spend $500,000 and make 50 plus a year, a lot of people wouldn't be happy with that. We are ecstatic with that because we plan on being in it for the long haul. So even if we could repeat that and not even grow and just do 70 grand a year for the next 15 years, you crush your investment. Plus you have a ton of equity with all your breeders and everything. We'll make another video on that. But to answer their question, I went on Morph Market and kind of, there's over 300 genes, so the combo possibilities is literally limitless. So you guys have to be creative. So my little blurb, little comedy skit at the beginning, yes, there's some seriousness with it. You want supers. You want supers. So if you're getting in the game, you have very concentrated focus on what you want to work with. You can do this with any gene. I don't want to exclude a certain gene, but you can do this with any gene. You have to also work to your likes and your desires and your goals, but it will work. And again, you have a budget that you're trying to set. Let's say a good rule of thumb, I would like for starting a very, very small breeding program with you already having the infrastructure, meaning rodents, meaning housing, and it means obviously to take care of all the snakes that you keep and breed. That being said, you're going to want to go the super route. What are supers? So you have the normal supers, because a lot of people don't know this information. I didn't know this information when we first got started. You have a lot of supers that's on Morph Market that say super GHI, super blackhead, super orange dream. There's so many supers out there. Yes, those are some of the supers that I'm talking about, I'm referring to. But then you also have supers in the recessive game, which at the beginning I didn't know that. I didn't know that a visual recessive, meaning a visual clown, is considered super. That's a super. So if you have a visual clown, that's a super. If you have a visual hypo, that's a super. You have a visual pod, that's a super. Now the monkey wrench and the game changer, I feel like, for especially new people getting in the game, are going to be allelic combinations. There's a lot of recessive allelic combinations, which is a longer road. I think it's a little bit more money need to be invested in that side of things if you're going to start off that way. But I want to err on the side of allelic incomplete dominant genes. Those are supers. All right, so you got 3 categories of supers. Again, this is intermediate information, but we want to lay this out there for you guys in a quick video that we're already at like 9 minutes. So some of them, just for example, do your research on all the complexes so you'll understand what certain allelic genes do when they're combined with each other. This video will be 4 or 5 hours long if I went through all the allelic genes and what the interactions do with each other. A lot of them do a lot of different things with each other. It's not just for instance, like black-eyed leucistic, blue-eyed leucistic. You mix some of them genes and the supers do some phenomenal visual displays of the super version of the allelic genes. The reason I really like the allelic genes is because you take two incomplete dominant genes, let's say for instance, example again, cypress and let's say blackhead. We have a cypress blackhead het DG male. Now basically that male, if you breed that male with them two incomplete dominant genes in it, every baby, no matter who the female is, will be one or the other. It will be blackhead or it will be cypress. There will be no normals. So with all supers, theoretically speaking, no matter what super you're working with, there will be no normals. So if you breed a normal, male or female is irrelevant. If you breed a normal to a visual pied, yes, the whole clutch will come out looking normal, but theoretically speaking, they're not normals. The whole clutch will be het pied. They will carry one copy of the pied gene. You just visually can't see it. But that's my short explanation of the supers. Now I'll give you some examples, some dollars and cents in real life. While you're watching this video, these snakes are still available. Shout out to the breeders that listed them on Morph Market. Again, it's not always just about Flawless Exotic Creations. We want to spread the love and put people on the map if we're able to. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell. We rocking out on this early morning, even though I know it's the afternoon for you guys, but you're gonna want to tune in and check this out. So let's start. We're gonna start with males first. All right, so for you guys looking to get in with a good budget, let's say for example you're trying over time, maybe not one shot, but you're looking to get your collection with $5,000-$6,000 started. And you may add things over time, things that you may see you may need, and obviously progress and phase out of certain males. To me, the best thing you need to do and the most powerful thing you will have will be your male. I will always stand on that. Me and KG from Bomb Projects, we have very similar business opinions on the ball python world as far as spending a lot of money or your bulk of your money on your males. Or at least it be gene packed. Your females, you want them to be substantial as well and solid, but you don't have to go out and get the top of the gene pool female right away. You can kind of graduate your females as you move along, but I'll show you guys in this example. So for example, we don't have too many recessive visuals on here, but if you're looking for a recessive gene, I'll throw this out there, that's relatively untapped. I know everybody say this and that, you know, you have Monsoon, you have Sunset, you know, you have these genes that carry extremely hefty price tag. So those genes you're not going to get into and be effective with the entire project with $5,000 to $6,000, in my opinion. Again, I'm trying to see how to get you guys in the game, have you some holdbacks, have you some production, have you some sales as well to hopefully spark a return sooner rather than later. But you have to make sure that it's practical. So that gene, the recessive gene, just want to be like an honorable mention for the day would be paint and sentinel. Right now you're going to want to go on Morph Market if you're interested in trying to get a visual recessive male. You want to check out this paint yellow belly male. It's marked at $1,000. Still overpriced. Our paint male costs a lot more than that, but you would want to get in this because paint and sentinel are same gene and it's very untapped. But we're not going to include that in the scenario today, but you're going to want to check that out. That is a super. So the first thing on the list that you're going to want to look at for male side of things would be check out this super asphalt. So this Super Asphalt right here, you'll get into the game in Super Asphalt for $1,000. This is a super version, meaning it's 2 copies of the Asphalt gene on the male side. Obviously, you see that Super Asphalt gives you an amazing looking snake. It's not an all white snake. It's very intriguing, and it's amazing what Asphalt does. Not only that, Asphalt and Yellow Belly tend to resemble, if not show the same in single gene form, which has caused complications in breeding programs. But now they have genetic testing for it. But this is a way that you don't even have to spend the extra money out of pocket to test. Start with a male like this for $1,000, and every female that you breed this male to will never be a normal, number one, like everything else on this list. But on top of that, you will know 100% that the gene that's displaying itself is in fact Asphalt and not Yellow Belly. So that is very highly sought after, because other people are going to want to make supers using Asphalt. So people are going to want to come and hopefully seek you out once you dig and dig and dig into that gene. Next on the list, I would say, go check out Super Chocolate Hypo. This male is $800, right? Check this out. Think about it. Yeah, it says Super Chocolate Hypo. It's a double super. So here we go. We got 2 copies of the chocolate gene. We got 2 copies of the hypo gene. You can really solidify yourself with a male like this. With this male, basically, every female you breed it to is going to get 1 and 1 just from the male side. So every baby, every egg is going to contribute, literally, it's going to be bare minimum het hypo and chocolate. So a chocolate het hypo in every egg is going to contribute from the male side. Extremely useful, extremely powerful, even now in this market right now. And you can use that to create more supers, as I'll show you later in this video. Next on the list, to hurry up with you guys, we have Super Blackhead Double Het Hypo Clown. So this is not a double super, but it's extremely useful because it's a singular super form, but you also are carrying along 1 copy of the hypo gene and 1 copy of the clown gene in their het forms. So very powerful. Plus it's blackhead. I love blackhead. So that means everything you breed this male to will be blackhead. Every baby that pops out, no matter what you breed it to, every baby will be bare minimum blackhead. And it's a 50-50 shot on it being het hypo or het clown or both, you know. So you have a 50-50 shot basically with every egg. Next on the list, you have Chocolate Spot Nose Het DG. Check this male out. So this male right here, you were like, wait a minute, Chocolate Spot Nose Het DG? Thought you were talking about supers. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. So this is the allelic combination, one of the allelic combinations I was talking about earlier, where this is a super. This is some of the things that we're not looking at, especially us new people. Chocolate and spot nose are allelic. So by chocolate and spot nose being allelic, every female you take this male to, every single baby, no matter what, will never be a normal. Every single baby will be one or the other. It will be spot nose or it will be chocolate. What I like about that combo is you can easily distinguish between the two which one the baby may be when the babies come out of the eggs. On top of that, there's a 50-50 shot that this male will also pass on the het Desert Ghost gene, a single copy of the het Desert Ghost gene, onto the offspring as well. So you have that kind of in the mix that you can test for. Now, last but not least, relatively newer gene kind of coming into the market. It's in the market solid. People are working with it. It's deep, but not too many people. But you have Wookie. Check this guy out. So this is a Wookie Blackhead 100% het ultra male from your boy Canova. He's working with some of the best stuff out there. He's leading the industry. Much respect to what he got going on. But check this male out. So with this male, same thing like the male I just mentioned. You have Wookie interacting with Blackhead. Every single female you breed this male to is going to be one or the other, Wookiee or blackhead. You can't go wrong with that combo. On top of that, you have the 50-50 shot that every baby will carry that single gene of ultra male, because he's het ultra male as well, and really push your programs forward. Now, if you really think about it, even if you were able to get your hands on a single gene ultra male female and breed this male to it, every single baby literally is Wookiee or blackhead, and you have the potential of hatching out visual ultra males just from this male. So that's kind of really cool, considering he's $900. So you can get into the game in a major way. Also, so that's it for the males roughly. Yes, short list. There's so many different combinations out there, but when you think about these programs and what you want to work and what combinations you want to work, me, myself, for Flawless, if we were doing this, I would want to grab up 2 solid males in or surrounding the same program. That way I can have one male complement the other male. And if one decides to breed or before the other, and be able to utilize both of them down the road. Meaning you would be able to, just for a snapshot, you know, take your super black head, double het hypo clown, and you know, you'll be utilizing that at the same time. You may have a chocolate spot nose het DG boy, and when you run with both of them males, you set them up with their own line of females. But check this out, when you start to breed them later on, they still work into that allelic super form combos and can produce you some supers, not only to hold back but also to be available to sell. Now I'm gonna run through the females, hopefully even faster, because we're running super long, and I got to get the feeding. Check out this 8-ball female. 8-ball is going to be cinnamon and black pastel. Put her on the list because she's, I believe, you can find them, look, proven, 1,600 grams, $650. So you literally, $650, you get a allelic combo in this female, and everything that's going to come out of her is going to literally be black pastel or cinnamon in conjunction with one of them males. Think about some of the combos you're going to make with those. Next on the list, you got a super chocolate inchy orange dream from our close friend of the brand. Check him out, Morphed Out Reptiles. Go check out Tim, hit him up. He has this well started female, beautiful girl. He's hitting the chocolate game in a heavy way. We actually have a couple, quite a bit from him in the chocolate and super OD from him. We got a bunch, but check her out. Super chocolate inchy orange dream. She's 620 grams, $850. You're gonna want to check that out. That super female. Then you have this super vanilla, 100% het pod, $300. She's 800 grams. So again, that female super vanilla, the super form, is not an all white snake. Perfect. Every single baby she drops is going to give you 1 dose of vanilla, single gene vanilla. You know it's vanilla and versus fire. You know, you don't have to say, you know, it's vanilla / fire. You know it's vanilla for sure. Boom, you're off and running. You also have another one. Check this one out. It doesn't look like much. Not a lot of people are really working G-Stripe. Okay, guys, we are working G-Stripe. We are working it because we like the Kiki project. We're relatively deep in the Kiki project. And this here is a double super in a female for $300. So you're getting a double super female for $300. She's 333 grams. She's super stripe, which is Spectre Yellow Belly, and G-Stripe. So you have the allelic combo mixed with the double dose of G-Stripe. Boom. Every single baby just from the female side is going to get 1 dose of G-Stripe. So it's going to be at very minimum het G-Stripe, and it's going to get one or the other, Spectre or Yellow Belly, in every single baby. Then you have this GHI Super Mojave, $300. This is one of them snakes where it can fall in the pet category, but I don't believe it's so. I believe this is extremely powerful getting started, and extremely budget friendly. This female here, $300. She's already 380 grams, almost 400 grams. GHI Super Mojave. So with that combo, literally every single baby will be Mojave but you have a 50-50 shot of it also passing along GHI gene. So imagine you mixing all of that with one of those males I talked about earlier. Next, we have another double super. So with this double super, you have a visual hypo super Mojave, just like before, for the same price, and it's a double super, 463 grams, almost 500 grams. So you have 2 copies of hypo and you have 2 copies of Mojave. This female right here is very powerful, because if you really like hypo and you really like Mojave, and it's on the female side, which is very important. In my opinion, if you really liked hypo and Mojave, I don't think it's a good idea to put that as your male, because every single baby of every single female that you breed that male to, every baby you produce is going to literally be 1 copy of hypo, 1 copy of Mojave. Don't think that's good because of the ratio. You're going to breed your male maybe 1 to 1 female, but some of these breeders, you may do that 1 male to 5 females. 5 females laying an average of 6 eggs. You're literally sitting there with 30 babies of Mojave. every single baby gonna have Mojave. So I don't think that that's good as far as for your male, for that specific gene. Other people working other genes, I think it is good if the gene is untapped and doesn't have an all-white superform, like one of the other genes I've mentioned. But since the superform in Mojave is an all-white snake, I don't think it's a good idea for it to be on the male side. So, but that female right there is literally a gem right there, because you're gonna come up, because even though everything will be Mojave, it'll be from just 1 female. Then we have this super inchy firefly pied. Okay, boom, another double super, okay, with codoms in the mix. This female, 400 grams, almost 600 bucks. Cheap for what it is. All right, you have super inchy, so every baby coming from the female side is going to carry 1 copy of the inchy gene. Then you have pied. Every baby going to be bare minimum het pied. Then you have fire in the mix. Every baby 50-50 shot at being fire. Every baby 50-50 shot at being pastel. Again, pastel is going to be on your female side, only coming from that 1 female. You need to snatch that female up and make her a part of your program. Last but not least, we have this female here, blackhead, super inchy, red gene. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful eyepiece to look at. This is something really, really nice to add to your collection. Thought about adding it to our collection, but I don't see where I can make it a rational argument that is worth it for where we're at the moment. But I think that she's amazing. She's at a great size and at a great price. This is a steal. Blackhead, super inchy, red gene. She's 936 grams, $550. Literally insane. Basically, every single baby will be inchy. I wouldn't get a female just because she's super inchy, but with the other genes that's mixed around there, especially blackhead, like red gene, but more so blackhead, every baby is going to have a 50-50 shot of getting the red gene. Every baby is going to have a 50-50 shot of getting blackhead, but every single baby will be bare minimum inchy. All these snakes that I've listed out for you guys and shown on the screen are viable purchases. All of them are extremely budget friendly. Not saying that this is it. We can make this video literally days long if you want to sit here and talk about all the different genes, all the different combos that there are out there. Want to just kind of just give you guys something to think about, something else for the toolbox, especially getting in this game and feeling overwhelmed. Keep the comments coming. Keep them coming. We love the likes. Get them likes up. Get the subs up. Refer us to your friends. Tell them come check us out. I'm going to keep with the energy. I got to make sure I don't die down. I got to go put in this 10 hours. Work harder for yourself than you work for anybody else. It's Will, Flawless Designer Creations. We out.